From Viking invasions to Roman occupation, from countryside to coast, from historic wars between the English and the Scots to modern warfare, from a Scottish queen to a gypsy queen, from an artist from Manchester who regularly painted here to a local heroine who became a national icon, to boots discarded from weary walkers, from churches and abbeys to the ruins of priories, and stunning scenery on the way. Join us over the next few weeks as we follow the route of the stunning Northumberland 250. And for those of you unsure about the pronunciation, it is actually Alnwick. You don't pronounce the L. And you don't really pronounce the W. It's Alnwick.
And it's from the Old English, what was it? A dairy farm on the River Aln.
Again, it's Alnwick. You don't pronounce the L, but I don't know whether it's the River Ann or whether you do pronounce it Aln. I really don't know. No. Any of you from the northeast, if you could tell us,
enlighten us,
you're more than welcome to do so, please. Got to drive through the gate. See if we can get through. Not heard any scratching yet. This is the main town of Alnwick. It's a nice town. Something to the castle. It was really expensive. And now we start heading towards the coast. In the distance, our first view of the sea on this trip. We've arrived at where we're parking up for the night. We've had a cup of tea. I'll show you the view we've got for the evening. You ready? That's alright, isn't it? That'll do us nicely. We started here at Winter's Gibbet and came to Morpeth and came up. I think it's probably that way. The A1 was a bit chock-a-block, so we came up this way, could have crossed back down to the A1 up to Alnwick. And then we've come over to number 4, which is the just a bit north of there, and that's the bathing house at Puig. So we're in this area at the moment. And that's our park up for tonight. He's about to find out that tonight he's commie chef.
I'm not. I was going to take the dogs out for a walk while you do all the cooking. Get out your way.
Could you chop those onions, please, or slice those onions, and then could you cut the chicken thighs into chunks?
They're boned.
No, but fillets, because it was easy.
They're boned now. Bone means the fillets.
They're fillets, chicken thigh fillets.
So they have been boned.
Yes, they have been boned. They are boneless. Because tonight we're having chicken curry. You're not, Bay. You've had yours. Mind your fingers. I've got a red onion and a white onion in this recipe. Chicken fillets. Coconut milk. Cashew nuts. And then a secret blend that I did at home of spices that you're not helping with, which is a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of coriander, a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons of curry powder, and then just all put in one jar and shaken up.
Want all of this?
Yes, please. It's cooking with a view. All of them. Oh, I know how hungry you get. All this fresh air. Three of us supervising ANAB. We've got one of those ultra sharp knives and I hate it. It's going to be a noisy night, isn't it?
It is. High tide's 10 o'clock, did I say?
Yeah.
Before 10 o'clock.
Just before 10.
So it should start going quieter as that goes out. So, oh, yeah.
So I've added some oil to the pan, a good glug of it, and swill it round. So I'm going to let that warm up and then add the onions. And we don't want to fry the onions, they're just going to soften down. You can use just white onions or just red onions, but I like to mix the two up. One a little bit milder than the other. So you're just sweating these down to soften them, you're not going to fry them. You don't want them tasting like they're going on a Campervan burger. That'll take about 5 minutes to soften them up. Bought a saute van. No, we bought a saute pan for the van because it's multi-purpose really. As good as it is having that extra large Nutter Ridge monkey for frying stuff, the saute pan is a lot more versatile. It's deeper and we can put a lid on it and let things reduce down, which is what we'll be doing with the chicken and the coconut milk in a little while. I'll carry on stirring those. As I say, stir them up so that they don't burn. They've softened nicely. It's taken about 5 minutes just to get them sweated a bit without burning. The next thing to do is to add the spice mix. You can use whatever spices you want. This is just one that I found, heard about, and I actually like. So you just Shake them all in, and then again stir them in, still keeping it on a lowish heat. And you cook those for a few more minutes on a low heat, because that will help to release the flavours of the spices before you add the chicken. Oh, if only for smelling vision, it smells good already. You can see nice colouring already. You want to be really careful here not to have the heat too high, otherwise it'll burn the spices. Spices burn, they don't taste very nice. Just keep it nice and low, keep stirring all the time. It does go a bit dry looking, but don't worry about that, because once you add the chicken, the fat from the chicken will start to have some more juice. We're on the coastal path here, and it's getting, well, it's 5:30 now, 5:30 p.m. There's quite a lot of people walking past. They're obviously walking the path and stopping off at different points. So the smells of the spices are really beginning to release now as they warm through. It's just about cooked through, I think. Now it's time to add the chicken. So you're still keeping it on a low heat. You've got to brown the chicken off until it's thoroughly browned. Mix those onions and spices in. This will take a good few minutes because there's a lot of chicken here, but it won't get wasted. Already looking good, even if I do say so myself. This will take a good few minutes, as I said, so I shall continue doing this until I'm satisfied that the chicken's browned through. I'm going to have this with naan bread and some poppadoms as well. So I did fail because I didn't bring any mango chutney for the poppadoms. You see what I mean about the saute pan? It's just so deep that you can actually really give things a good stir around. Not as deep as a wok, but 10 times better, especially for in a camper van. I've only used it 3 or 4 times now, but to be honest, wouldn't be without it. Now I'm happy that that chicken's cooked through. I'm just going to add some cashew nuts. No set amount. Depending on whether you like a lot of nuts or a few nuts, or you don't have to add these. Totally your choice. There's enough in there, I think, for me. And just stir those in as well. They just give it a bit of crunch. And then we add 400-gram tin of coconut milk. This has been in a really cold cupboard, so it's quite hard to get out. There you go. Once you get the plug off the top, you might think 400 gram of full tin seems a lot, but honestly, it's not. You can see the finished result. So you just add the whole tin, you stir it in, as it warms through, it'll all melt in. And now it's getting that really nice curry colour. And it does look really watery, but not a problem, because the next bit is where the magic really happens. And another good thing about a saute pan. So there you go, you can see it does look quite watery, very liquidy. Coconut milk's warmed through now, so it's all melted through, managed to stir it in properly. So the next thing to do is put the lid of the saute pan on. And as you can see, if you've not had a saute pan or used one before, it's got a little vent there which lets the steam out. And now all we do is turn it up full, the fullest heat you can. Let it really start bubbling. You can see. So you turn it up to the highest, and then with the lid on, you let it cook through, and it will reduce down. The steam coming out of the lid, that little vent. And that's it, basically. And then it'll take about half an hour to do that, and then it'll be ready to serve. But you can just leave it in the pan because it'll carry on staying warm while you heat through the naan bread. Take the lid off and look, and you'll see it is really bubbling away now. But don't worry about that; it's not going to burn. It's a non-stick pan. And at this point, if you like a drink, you can sit down, have a glass of wine, or if not, a cup of tea, or some pop, while this is cooking through. That's had about 20 minutes now, and you'll not see clearly because we're steamed up, but that's reduced right down, so that can be taken off the heat. Just leave the lid on it. And we'll warm this one up. Do the naan breads in. So you fit just nicely in there. Just let those warm through. Serve it with rice, but we're just having it with naan breads and poppadoms. Looks almost good enough to eat. Gee, it doesn't make a lot, does it? That's chicken curry, naan breads, and poppadoms. We'll just have to see whether he keels over now. A restaurant with a view. You'd pay a lot of money for that. You would. Good. And as the sun begins to set, that's the end of day 3. Thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying this trip to Northumberland. We certainly are. Look at that sky. If you've liked this video, then please do give us a thumbs up, and do please leave comments, because we really enjoy reading them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye.